Austrian coalition government now will be breathing a real sigh of relief after this result. It went right down to the wire, even though none of the candidates from that coalition government actually made it to the second round after a very poor showing in the first round. Now, Norbert Hofer, the far-right Freedom Party candidate in this race, had a very different vision of what the future of this country should look like from this coalition government. He was able to tap into deepening disillusionment with the status quo, tapped into a feeling amongst the Austrian population that the government was losing control of the refugee crisis. And even at the end, very nearly 50% of the population stuck with backing that radical change in course, which meant that the victor, Alexander van der Bellen, in his victory speech, gave a very reconciliatory tone, something that commentators here and across Europe would be picking apart for the next few days and weeks. One potentially interesting conversation I had with a researcher from the Institute of Social Research here, the man who'd been picking apart during the whole campaign trail the results and the election campaign. His take on this was that the coalition government here had been dealing with so many urgent crises, so many immediate crises in Europe, that it had almost forgotten to look to the future and present a clear vision of how it felt that Europe should look. And that at the same time, this far-right candidate had managed to present a very clear alternative to that vision, which, although many of the people who had voted for Hofer in the first round hadn't necessarily agreed with, that was the clearest vision they could see out of the two various competing candidates in that first round. So the challenge, according to this analyst at least, was that vision was increasingly up for grabs, and for those looking for a European solution to things like the refugee crisis, now is the time to take urgent action.